Hey there, art friends. Welcome back. Today is review day, and again, we will be reviewing what I purchased from Art Snacks. If you missed the last one, go check it out. But two, Art Snacks is a art box subscription where they send you different supplies that you can use for that month. I get the small box because, again, the large box contains a matte medium, and I have way too much paper. So, let's dig in and see what we got. So again, like last time, they give you a little snack, this time Smarties. I love Smarties. Thank you, Art Snacks, for the snack. Again as well, they give you this wonderful little card that goes over everything that you get in your box. Again, I won't read this right now. I may read it later. So the small box today, nice tiny little package, Art Snacks. So let's see what we got. Oh goodness. Okay, so several things. First, as always, their cute little Art Snacks sticker. Look at that. It's adorable. If it'll focus, it'll be even better. Right? Isn't that cute? So I now have a bunch of these and I'm trying to find other places to put them. There is one on my laptop. One will be going onto my Nook, and then I'm going to have to start like randomly sticking them on things around my house. So let's see what we got next. Okay, so we got a lot of things and I'm not sure what they are. So I'm going to have to actually look at that card. First is a brush H2O pipette. Oh, so these are fun. So this little brush H2O pipette piece, these are really fun. I actually own several of these already. So you can see right here, they're pretty useful for watercolor because they actually store water in here. So if you would like more water, you don't actually have to keep dipping. You can just actually squeeze it out of here so your brush tip is consistently wet. Next, it looks like we got two watercolor pans. One in red and one in yellow. Really nice coloration. So cadmium red and mid yellow. So as you know, if you've seen some of the other videos, I normally, when I do watercolor, I actually don't work with like the watercolor, the mix. I use watercolor pencils instead. So this will be interesting. What is next? So next is this Plum Chaser brush. Wow, look at that focus. Nice. And, oh, so it's like a normal little micro brush or micro pen. It is a point size 8. Again, I also have a whole bunch of these from different brands. I've never used Plumchester before, so we'll give it a try, see how it is. And then the last item that I got, a water stick. Daniel Smith Extra Fine Watercolor Stick. A watercolor stick. So, maybe you'll focus. So this stick, this watercolor stick, here we go. It's a brown color, like dark umber brown color. Oh, it feels so weird. It feels like the inside of the like the watercolor pencils, like the actual, but it's like it is definitely shaped like a pastel like stick. So we'll see how that works. I'm really interested in what I'm gonna make with these. So let me think on it, come back, and we'll do a nice time-lapse paint to see what I came up with.
So after getting everything set up, I actually did a sketch using a pencil that was not provided in the box. It's just a HB normal pencil to start off with. So when I initially started sketching out with the watercolor stick, I realized I did not read the label closely, and it's not actually a burnt umber, it is a burnt scarlet. So it's actually more of a red, well, it is a red instead of being a brown, so it was a different color than I expected. It did draw very well. It wasn't as hard as I expected it to be either, but it was still pretty nice. So as for the pipette, 8 out of 10, it's fine. It's not great. Again, pipettes are okay. I do like them. I like using them at times. Sometimes they are not the best. This one, until I got a little bit used to it, it was actually dripping a little bit. I kept having to wipe it off because there was water leaking a little. So I don't know if that was my fault because I didn't have it screwed down tight enough, or if I had overfilled it. I had a little bit of difficulty with it just getting going. I do prefer the pens that I showed in the beginning of the video that I have, the pipette ones, and those are actually longer and more pencil-like. So they're a little bit easier for me to use, and they come in a bunch of different shapes instead of just the one tip that was provided. Now, these pan watercolors were absolutely gorgeous. They were really nice and almost creamy, like a real paint to use. I love the way of how bright they were, and as you'll see, actually mixing the two colors together worked really, really well. It was, I would say, actually easier, almost like if you were little and you ever had a watercolor set, it was like that, but about 10 times the quality. So like 10 out of 10 on those little pans. Those were fantastic. So this is also just something that I do. Sometimes if I want to continue working on a piece and it feels a little bit too wet still, I will just dab off the extra water, and it also helps, I have found, with sometimes when you're trying to mix those colors, to pull the saturation back so it's lighter. So the Plumchester pen worked just as well as any Micron or Copic pen that I have used. And then actually looking at the little card and then looking up online, the retail price of the Plumchester pen is about $3, while a Copic pen or a Micron pen are roughly about 2 to 3 times that much. So if you do want to use some nice pens and you don't want to spend that level of money on the Micron or the Copic, these Plumchester ones might be a really, really great find. I know I will definitely be looking into them in the future when I go to buy more pens. So overall, the July box for me personally, I would give a 9 out of 10. I only say a 9 out of 10 because I do have an immense amount of watercolor items. While these were different though, so that does make it fun. And the pipette was not my favorite. Again, not awful, not terrible. Just when you're not used to a new product, sometimes there's some kinks working out, and I'm pretty sure the excess water dripping out of it was on my end. So not bad, Art Snacks. Pretty good box. So if you've made it this far into the video, I would like to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the speed paint and you enjoyed the review and found it helpful. And if you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up, as well as click the subscribe button. And if you want to see more art, then make sure you check out my social media. I am Design by Mercedes on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And I am Design Mercedes on Twitter. Thanks so much for watching, guys.